Look at the picture. See the skull. Visible Frankenstein controls. The Brain Thoughts broadcasting radio. The Frankenstein earphone radio. The latest new skull reforming to contain all Frankenstein controls.
Today's episode of Frankenstein Control is brought to you by this picture of Mewtwo wearing yoga pants that I found on DeviantArt.
Oh. Uh-huh.
It's the only thing keeping me going.
I do like that they bothered to show the tail hole.
The what hole?
The tail hole.
Oh.
Whenever any kind of anthropomorphic cat, like, the Khajiit and Argonians in Skyrim, for example, their tail just clips right through the back of the pants. It doesn't look very convincing, but they've drawn a nice tail hole on this one.
It's even got the stitching in there. These artists, they get quite in there with the details. Like, look at that cloaca.
Ugh.
You can see it through the translucent material of the yoga pants.
I thought Mewtwo was supposed to be a cat and therefore like a mammal type.
I heard somewhere that Pokemon don't shit and that they turn their, food into their attacks.
I like that explanation a lot better than having to figure out which Pokemon have cloacas.
Because it's a good excuse for Pokemon to not have buttholes.
I approve any decision that allows us to live in that world.
They convert matter that they consume into electricity and
That's
elements.
just somebody's headcanon.
I was going to say, yeah.
I swear I've heard it somewhere.
There's never been any, as far as I know, there has never been any mention of Pokemon pooping or not pooping.
I'm pretty
within
sure
the games or even the anime, probably.
I'm pretty sure in the anime, somebody, possibly Gary Oak, finds fossilized
Pokemon manure.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Really?
That's what I thought of when I saw that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I read it, though.
Probably some weirdo on Twitter.
There's
lots of those.
Oak.
I was reading it from Dick's Oak.
Yeah.
Is that from VG Cats?
I think it might be.
Welcome to Frankenstein Control, everybody. I'm your host, Taylor. In front of me is Ada.
I'm Ada, and I'm your grandson, but you named me Penis.
And to the left, as always, is B-Rai.
I used to be one of the nameless groupies that always rides in the back of Gary Oak's car.
Oh, God.
Isn't he like 10? Why has he got a car?
That's a good question.
I think that...
That whole aspect of it never made any sense.
Well, no, it just falls into that same wheelhouse of, other Japanese media where children are these bizarre, omnipotent beings that can come and go as they please.
Yeah.
To just do anything, really.
Gary Oak's political career really dead-ended when he took that car full of all those babes and, Ted Kennedy'd off a bridge.
No!
Pulled a friggin' Chappaquiddick outside of fucking Celadon City.
No!
He's flying off the cliff, and he's just like, Pidgey is flying! Like, flips out of the car just fine, and all the girls are...
Oh, that's a bit fucked up.
Why didn't I bring my Pelipper?
My Pelipper. Can you ride in a Pelipper's mouth?
They're not big enough for that.
They're not big enough?
A baby could.
A baby could?
Yes.
Okay, so you can have a Pelipper carry around your babby and, take them places.
And absolutely swallow it, because real pelicans are bastards. I'm sure a Pokemon based off a pelican is an absolute bastard as well.
That's true. Pelicans also do this really weird fucking thing with their mouth throat.
Yeah.
They're thrusty?
Yeah, they do something weird with their thrusty. It's very bizarre. A pelican will be like, ah! Like, it'll open its mouth and then, cock its head back and down to where its neck sticks through its lower jaw and it looks like
They're
something
flexing.
from a nightmare.
Yeah.
And just the birds got no respect
I didn't know pelicans were that
for themselves at all.
Birds will never see heaven.
Yeah.
All dogs go to heaven, but birds
don't.
Birds go straight to hell.
Birds go straight there. That's why the only birds that know this, though, are parrots, and that's why all of them go psychotic.
They're not meant to be kept as pets.
Because they're going straight to hell.
They're basically sapient.
They're basically simians.
They're forever toddlers with knives on their hands.
And mouths.
Yeah.
What is a simian?
A simian is a ape or primate type creature.
So is that an umbrella term, or is it specifically, is a simian... Wait, is a simian different than an ape, or is it the same as an ape?
I believe it's a broader category. Let's see what the all-knowing Wikipedia says.
The Wikipedia with its million legs.
I picture it as looking like a librarian version of Ko the Face Stealer.
It's the buff librarian.
It's Ko. The board on
It says it's an adjective relating to / resembling or affecting apes or monkeys.
Okay, so apes and monkeys.
The whole famdamly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole famdamly. Okay, so just any ape-like creature, monkey ape-like creature, a simian, if you will.
Yes.
Okay, now I know.
Yeah, it contains all animals traditionally called monkeys and apes. More precisely, they consist of the parvorters, New World's monkeys, and Catarrhini, the later of which consists of the superfamilies Old World monkeys in the stricter sense, and apes.
Where do Floridians fall in?
They are under Homo sapien, unfortunately.
They're Homo erectus.
They are Paintus Huffus Foxnewsicus.
That's good.
Florida.
Florida. What have you done?
Glad I've spent a minimal amount of time there. Most of it in Disney World.
Disney World.
Disney is a separate state than Florida, let's be honest.
May as well be. I've heard like Disney World's really shit now because of COVID.
Oh yeah.
They're trying to open it and like trying to do all the like COVID restrictions one would need for a park that big, but they're not doing them right. But it's still inconvenient for everyone. Yeah. So it's like it's not helping the COVID problem,
Maximum
and everyone is miserable there.
Protection.
Yeah.
It's almost like you shouldn't be going on vacation these days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think I heard you can't just go into restaurants and order something. You have to order it via an app.
Oh, that sounds fun. And
like half an hour previously to where you want to get it.
That sounds very
convenient. The most inconvenient part is that each restaurant at Disney has its own app.
Probably.
I would
You gotta download the Blue Bayou app.
Yeah, probably.
You gotta download I don't know any other famous
would
Disney
not
restaurants.
be
I'm not
surprised.
Jenny Nicholson. I don't know these parks.
That's who I learned most of this shit from.
Oh my god.
You know, one of the few things I enjoy about going on Twitter. You alright? What the fuck?
Taylor,
Oh my god, Taylor almost died!
Taylor just almost swallowed a Pop Top.
Did you do that intentionally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. So what happened is I knew it was in there.
Uh-huh.
It finally entered my mouth. I was like, oh, okay, let's make a bit.
Okay.
I just wanted to scare you guys briefly.
You should have coughed out even more of them. And then surprised even yourself.
He's like a shark stomach down there.
No, it would have been great. Yeah, I got license plates and suits of armor down there.
He's got the front wheel of a penny farthing.
They got the front wheel of a Pennywise costume.
They, them, the clown.
A penny farthing. God, how does a penny farthing fit into a shark?
It's a big shark.
It's megalodon.
I mean, you could fold it. If you could fold up a wheel like that, the shark carefully with its fins folded it in half and a half and half and etc. Just basically like rolled it up until it's a long tube and then just like sawing a
okay.
sword.
I see what you mean. Yeah, like rolling a pepperoni.
Yeah.
Into a straw shape.
Yeah, or like a
But
tortilla.
it's a penny farthing wheel.
Yes.
This just reminds me that we totally missed out on the opportunity to call Don Cheadle's final form in Space Jam 2 Megalodon.
Oh.
See that movie? It's full of missed opportunities.
Did anyone see that Megalodon movie with Jason Statham for some reason?
The Meg?
Yes.
Shut up, Meg.
That is the only context where that's funny. That's
like literally the only thing I know about the Meg is all of the stupid Family Guy jokes revolving around it.
Yeah, shut up, Meg.
Yeah. and just photoshopping Jason Statham running away from Meg in various ways. Well, I mean, you name anything the Meg,
and they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just asking for it at that point.
Pretty much.
Even if Family Guy weren't a thing, that's just a really stupid name for a movie about a shark.
Call it Big Time Shark Time as opposed to Bad Time Shark Time, which is what I titled the 42 meters down or whatever.
Yeah.
42 meters up and down and all around. Subnautica, am I right, kids?
Oh, you know a movie I saw that fucking rules is Dune.
Oh, you saw Dune?
Did you like it?
I saw Dune and I did like it. And
I saw What Are You Doing in My Swamp?
that was funny. that Shrek edit was particularly enjoyable. I did chuckle at that when I saw that the first time. No, Dune's great, and it follows the book pretty closely. So we, for contrast, we watched the '80s one with Sting.
Oh my God! And Captain Picard's in it too.
He is indeed, and it's good. But
and they have funny Tron armor.
They do have funny Tron armor, and you can tell that David Lynch tried his best, but then he realized how fucking long the book was, and that he'd spent forever filming what amounted to a very short period of the book. And then he tried to cram the rest into the into the movie, and it was very, very fast paced and sort of lost a lot of moments.
I forgot David Lynch directed Dune until people started tweeting pictures of them watching Dune on their phone and being like, watching Dune just as Danny intended. What's his name? Danny Villeneuve?
Danny Villeneuve.
Denny Villeneuve?
Denny Villeneuve, I think.
Villeneuve?
As we established the last time we discussed him, and probably the last time we discussed Dune.
He did Blade Runner 2049. That was a great movie.
He did, and I had to go through fucking 3 YouTube videos about him before I found one that actually said his name out loud. Because I wanted to know how the fuck you pronounce that.
And it was?
I think it's Denny Villeneuve, basically.
Denny Villeneuve.
Is the badly boiled down anglicized version. Phonetic pronunciation.
Well, regardless of what his name was, the joke it was that very famously David Lynch went on this fucking psychotic spiral about
watching movies on your phone.
Yeah.
That's not it. It's like Gandalf, what's his name? Ian McKellen.
Yeah, when he starts when
this
Gandalf,
is not why I became an actor. The green screen.
When Gandalf finally broke and had his dementia moment at last.
Yeah.
And he's just like, where am I? Who am I?
That orc stole my watch.
I'm fucking 8,000 years old and you still got me acting in these movies.
Yeah.
My family signed my contract without me knowing. Oh, God.
Dune was really cool.
God, we're back, yes.
Yeah. Dune was really cool, and it's like it's going to be a 2-parter in case you hadn't heard, but you probably did. Which is a much better way to do a book that long as a movie, is to make it fucking 2 movies instead of trying to cram it all into one.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of important scenes that weren't in the first movie that were in this, and it's a lot more faithful to the book, which I particularly enjoyed, especially after, watching the god-awful mess that was Game of Thrones back in the day, and how little that resembled the source material. This one does a lot, and they did a good fucking job, and it's a lot of fucking fun. And the spaceships are cool, and the armor and the fight scenes are cool, and the knives are cool,
And the Shai Hulud.
and the Shai Hulud is cool.
Shai Hulud.
And it looks like all the swords look like functional versions of Mall Ninja katana machetes,
Katana Shetties.
and
Katana Shetties.
they all look like Kit Ray. Not quite that bad.
Get Ray.
They look like they could have been purchased at the Renaissance Festival with that plastic club that I bought and that funky knife I bought you.
I gave you money for it, right?
I don't think you did.
Oh, I didn't?
Just Venmo Lissa. And
Okay, yeah, wow.
It's not that big a deal.
No, I thought I paid you money for it.
You said that you were going to Venmo me. I said just Venmo Lissa $30 for it.
I had cash on me. A lot of it.
But you didn't give me the cash.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't.
Money trouble, Stein control.
I
This
also-
is entertainment.
I also don't care. It's not that big of a deal.
We were making fun of Gandalf for having dementia.
Yeah. Making fun of old people who forget things is rich coming from us.
No, it's not Rich. It's B-Rai. He's in the poorhouse from that Kit Ray dagger he bought me. Boy's reeling.
Only the best Kit Ray for you.
I like that knife, though.
It's cool.
That's a cool knife. It's stupid, but I like it. It's got a pleasant shape to it. I enjoy it.
It's shaped like a smash it.
It's shaped like a 16th century philosopher.
Sure.
Yes. They were all shaped like leaf blades back then. You see.
Yes.
Ada's looking at me like she wants to fucking kill me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, what do you have to talk about, Missy?
Nothing. I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
I'm over here trying to make a show.
I slept like dog shit the last 2 nights.
I slept like shit, butt
shit.
shit. No, I've actually had the past 2 days off of work. It's been great. I'm
Nice.
having a good time. I likes it. It's just, you know, it's been so gloomy recently.
Yeah.
It was very rainy and cold and cruddy today.
The sun hasn't been filling me with battery energy.
Yeah.
There's not enough photons to go around. My brain isn't working.
You need to drink more battery acid. Like Queen.
You know what? I think that's also it. Is like we've been doing our Deltarune playthrough and it's over, and I just kind of have this space in my heart.
I know, there's
I'm
a hole
"Oh,
missing now.
I want to do more. That game was fun.
I want more Deltarune. I want to see what Chris is up to.
But in a way, it's kind of nice, though, because now we get this kind of bizarre experience for years instead of just one flash in the pan, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, the community as a whole has time to just sort of unpack everything piecemeal. But, like, each piece is big enough to have stuff to unpack, you know?
Yeah.
It's nice. I think it's the best possible way this could have turned out. Because, like, these days, you can't just be one big thing. Like, you can't just be a big single thing, and then that's it. You gotta be, like, spread out over a undisclosed period of time so that people have things to talk about consistently.
Yeah.
To keep it in the vernacular. Otherwise, you are forgotten forever. Steven
Universe ended and nobody talked about it anymore.
Steven Universe ended and nobody even masturbated to Pearl Not Again.
Homestuck ended and everyone immediately disowned Andrew Hussey. And perhaps for good reason.
Homestuck ended.
Has he been weird?
I mean, not like a bad kind of weird, just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This YouTuber named Sarah Zed did a video just like, what the fuck is Homestuck? It's 4 hours long, and released it on 4/13, which is or April 13th, which is a Homestuck number.
Okay.
And that spawned a whole bunch of shit because like she didn't like trash Homestuck. It was a pretty
Is it an attempt to present an abridged kind of?
Yeah, it's kind of like an
is.
explanation of it as well as the fandom.
Stuff like that is useful.
Yeah, like it answers the question, what the fuck was Homestuck?
Yeah, that's a useful little documentary thing.
And then the people at What Pumpkin that were doing Homestuck 2 like threatened to sue her off of like defamation, and like none of them actually watched the video. And she made this whole follow-up video where she's talking about it and all this correspondence back and forth with Andrew Hussey, and he writes so much shit when says so little. Like for a while she like will have somebody read their emails.
Well, he did write Homestuck.
Yeah.
I mean that is what Homestuck is. I mean that's Exhibit A.
And then like they like go back and forth about whatever this alleged problem is, and this like bad actor that they keep talking about but won't tell the name of. And the whole time Andrew's like, oh yeah, I haven't actually watched it yet. And then like they finally fucking watch it and are like, oh yeah, it's not that bad, sorry.
God damn it.
It's such a frustrating video to watch. It's a lot how politicians talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Despite all of this horse shit, and despite its inherent not so goodness, I'll always have a soft spot for Homestuck in a weird way.
I badly needed Homestuck. It came along at a time when I had a fucking mess of a stressful situation in life, and I needed something that was completely wacky and weird to form an obsession about. So it distracted me from the rest of the shit.
It was fun.
I will always cherish those memories.
Yeah.
And I really want to like share Homestuck with Jen, but knowing that it ends in a way that's just kind of boring. It's like
strange, yeah.
It's like, here, this is fun for a while, and then it kind of sucks, and it's like, okay, then why even start?
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I think it's just like, it's better to just treat it as a collection of weird shit.
Yeah.
To look at and be like, huh, this is a very weird thing that I have read, and sometimes it made me laugh.
My
On purpose, even.
my oft-mentioned favorite boy, Brandon Sanderson, had a
fan troll?
I'm sure. You know what? I bet he did. I wouldn't put it past him. I bet he did. He's Brandon Sanderson's. He's got his finger on the pulse. You know, he's pretty hip and on the ball.
Yeah.
So I would actually not put it past him to do that. But he was explaining in, I don't remember if it was an interview or what it was. FBM would know, but because he's
Homestuck is the greatest thing I've ever read.
no.
And then I slammed my penis in a car door.
Brandon Sanderson did do that.
That's classic Sanderson. He even live streamed it.
It was for charity.
If you donated and played a certain noise in the chat, he would do it twice, but you had to be in like the $200 range at that point. No, he wrote he put forth his thoughts on the modern genre of long-form fantasy thing. And specifically because his books are very, very, very long-form, interconnected fantasy universe, like long-ass fucking books.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how, as a society, the various things that prepared us for that kind of media. And he credits specifically the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the internet, because he's like, you could not do the Stormlight Archive or even the Mistborn books like in the era of fantasy that was like the 70s and 80s, and like
well, it's because everybody was Tolkien it up. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone was Tolkien it up. But like the book series that he got famous for finishing, which is the Wheel of Time series.
Brandon Sanderson?
Yeah.
What?
Robert Jordan wrote those books.
Oh, that's right. Okay, finishing.
And
Okay.
Sanderson was handpicked by his Robert Jordan's widow to finish them, and that's how he got his start.
Wow.
And then he's like, hey, I also have a bunch of my own cool ideas. And people were like, yeah, let's hear them. But like even the Wheel of Time books are pretty long, and they're pretty like interconnected. But like their Stormlight Archive is bigger and more, and in some ways. And he was talking about how the existence of the Marvel Cinematic Universe got people used to the idea of a very long story spread out over a bunch of installments in parts with
a story made of stories.
Sharing a shared universe. Because the Cosmere books, Stormlight and Mistborn, all share, like all of Sanderson's works share a shared universe called the Cosmere.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
And there's some characters that are world hoppers that appear in. There's one guy in particular who appears in all of the books.
He's a giant grasshopper, and he goes, blah! Ants, give us the food!
Okay.
Sure. He's
Joe Hopper from Bug's Life.
There he is.
Yes, we all got the joke, Taylor. It's funny the degree to which this character shows up in some Brandon Sanderson books, because sometimes he's just like some dork on the street, and sometimes he actually has a role and is funny and cool, and other times he's just like mentioned as being in a room when another character walks in there, and you're like, oh shit, it's him! But he also talked about how the invention of the internet and the ability to have a wiki community, because it's like, if you read one of these books and forgot where you were and wanted to come back to it, you'd have to reread a shit ton of book or a shit ton of books to get back to where you were or to remember what happened. But a wiki can keep track of all that shit for you and can like provide the links between the different stories, and like allows for a lot of things to just be easily referenceable. And it's a cool invention that nobody could have foresaw in the 80s or something, as a way of keeping track of shit.
Yeah.
And that really, like, that invention really allows for books series like the Stormlight Archive to flourish now, because you have a thing you can check.
Yeah. And like, just the advent of, that kind of internet archiving, this archival of not just ideas, but archival of discussion as well.
Yeah.
Just really facilitates the creation of properties that can last for immensely long arcs.
Yeah.
Where people can, keep track of certain things, place them in aggregate locations like a wiki, and suddenly now everybody can now be on the same track and keep up with that kind of shit. So they didn't... and that's why we can afford to have less episodic shit, as it used to be. Because thinking about how, for instance, the classic Star Trek series versus the Next Generation. Classic Star Trek happened in an era where the internet was a goofy experiment in an MIT basement.
Yeah.
And used to tell somebody that they needed more paper clips. And then TNG comes out, and they're, the budding, things start happening on the internet. Tiny little things. GeoCities isn't invented yet, but there's IRC chat rooms.
Around,
I'm pretty sure we're starting ever so slight, or in some kind of form. I forget what they were called back then, but big fuck dorks.
Yeah.
Did have a place to discuss things from between each other, and that's why as the TNG went on, it became there were certain things callbacks and little arcs that were longer than just an episode, or maybe the rare two-parter. And there were story arcs that took place over the course of huge spans of time within that series.
Oh no, Barclay made the Hollow Shed into a porn dungeon again.
Well, I mean, it's fun. Come on.
Yeah, it is fun. It's fun as fuck.
No, I mean, it's fun to just turn it into a shed.
Oh.
But no, that was the brief bit of erudite thing that I could say, and then I'm back.
That's good.
Now I'm back to having brain fathom.
Can I just complain a little bit?
Yes. For God's sake, yes.
How terrible modern internet is without ad blocking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's horrifying.
The
Black Mirror.
Any fandom wiki, it's all running off of the same framework, is unbearable to use without it.
It's pretty.
I'm just trying to look up where certain things are in Breath of the Wild, and I gotta get rid of the ad that pops up at the bottom, and then the dumbass video that takes up half the screen of the top,
that shit.
And then the screen goes white for 2 seconds and shows me a full screen Best Buy ad that I gotta get away.
Yep.
And then I can finally fucking find out where to catch a stealth fin tuna.
Yeah.
Fin tuna?
Stealth fin tuna.
Stealth fin tuna.
There's a lot of fish in Breath of the Wild, and there's one.
It is a tuna with a stealth fin.
Yes.
I thought you were a stealth fin tuna.
No.
Behold the mighty fin tuna.
It's a tuna that you need 30 of to upgrade the Sheikah armor, and it only shows up. It only shows up in the pond that's around the Lost Woods, and that's it. So there's no way to naturally get 30 through gameplay. You just have to grind there for a little bit, but it doesn't take too long. They show up pretty quick, and they glow in the dark. So you go there at night with some electric arrows, and it'll take you 20 minutes. You'll be good.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. But still, it's a weird. It's just a really weird choice to only put this thing in one pond.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
But trying to check for that is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Especially on the phone.
Yeah, that's what I mean on the phone. As soon as I can put a ad block on a browser, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. I mean, on the PC, it's bad. Also, it's got its problems. But every time I've ever had a glaring issue worth shouting about with a website, it's because it was the mobile/app version of that website.
Yeah.
And hey, maybe I'm just speaking from a place of I have a bunch of block programs set up on my desktop browser, so maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because my phone doesn't have any of those. Or it could be that app and mobile versions of everything is just shit.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. It's a combination of both of those things, and it's the reason why if I'm looking for anything in particular shopping wise, I will only search for it in incognito mode, because otherwise I will get a million targeted ads for whatever it was I was looking up in every single feed on every single device. and fuck that Black Mirror shit.
It doesn't matter, because if it wouldn't be them trying to get me targeted ads, my FBI guy would still be sending me weird gift baskets.
Yeah.
Regardless, he'd know.
He's just like, hey, you try Raid Shadow Legends yet?
Speaking of, this episode of Frankenstein Control was brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
No, it's not.
Play the funny
We don't
game.
have sponsors. Nobody cares about the show enough to give us money.
Puke on your phone and simulate Raid Shadow Legends today.
Drop your phone in the toilet.
Swish around
with a toilet brush.
Yeah, glue a stick to your phone and scrub it around in the toilet, and it simulate Raid Shadow Legends today.
Mm-hmm.
Take a dump while thinking about D&D.
Take a big diarrhea dump while thinking of D&D. Spider-Man, Shadow Man takes a dick in a garbage shit.
You didn't even rhyme it by saying takes a shit in a garbage can?
Oh, God. Yeah, so that's... Folks at home, I want you to take that with you. You need to take home that the mobile version of everything is terrible. Raid Shadow Legends is like putting feces on your phone. And, happy Halloween? Good night, everybody.
Now even you know I am a menace. I hand you the secrets to save the entire human race and the entire universe.